Dear friends, let me greet you. And my presentation today is really brief. I'm going to talk about public centers for food processing and seed banks, and especially in the view of the ongoing war in Ukraine. Starting from the first days of the war, we decided that we would transform our stress into something constructive. We established a group in Viber, and we called it War Konotop SOS. Using this group, we were raising funds and organizing everything that was necessary. At some point, we discovered that this group was the most commonly used group and the most populous group in the region. We have contact details of the soldiers from battalion of Brigade 58, and we support them trying to cover their needs. What we have been doing, among other things, was we were drying vegetables and fruit for soldiers. We used for that purpose these machines called EasyDry. We worked in small groups, 2 or 3 persons. We dried these vegetables and sent them to the front line. At the beginning of the war, we didn't have a chance to buy any seeds. All the markets, all the stores were closed, and the logistic chains were heavily disrupted. So we had this initiative in Ukraine, which was called Seeds for Ukraine. We were using this initiative. I traveled to Kyiv city. It was really dangerous. We used a drone to do some reconnaissance so that we wouldn't bump into the enemy military units. So this is how we were able to get some seeds, and then we returned to the villages and we distributed those seeds. We didn't know what was going to happen next, so we were trying to distribute those seeds as widely as possible. We had boxes with 22 packs for each family. This way, we covered almost 3,000 families with these boxes. It was a very good quality of seeds. The efficiency was very good. And now we were even able to collect new seeds from the harvest. Some breeds were very, very good. So here we can see how this initiative was implemented. You can see us distributing the seeds. Now the weather in Ukraine is really cold in Ukraine, and what we are doing now is the trench candles. And it's quite easy to do. We offer master classes for anyone who is willing to help to make these trench candles. We also make some tasty treats for the soldiers. We produce these small sweet angels, and also some kids draw pictures to send them to the front line. In the meantime, we organize some social activities with the internally displaced persons in our region. Here you can see some treats we prepared for our defenders, for the soldiers. With whatever they ask us for, we produce. We made a lot of things, different things. for example, dried vegetable sets for quick preparation of borscht, of hot soups. We baked Easter cakes. Our brigade number 58 informed us what their needs were, and we were doing a lot of things to cover those needs. Now we produce some pickles for the soldiers. That's what they asked us for. Some canned food. Now you're looking at one of the stores in our town. This is where we usually pack the things to be sent to the front line. When we produce these trench candles, people often bring candles or just wax. When we prepare energy bars, people can bring dried fruit. And usually we send trucks, or we use Nova Poshta or this private postal service to send all those things to the front line. We often bake some buns and bread, and we distribute those among the IDPs as well. Now we organized a sewing workshop where we sew some warm underwear for the soldiers. Now let me tell you how one can organize such community centers for food processing and bank seeds. Some of our activists don't have any land plots, and they are not used to working on the land. They usually buy food at the markets, but what everyone is good at sometimes is some great recipes of cooking food. So we tested all possible recipes and chose the best ones. We've been facing this occupation period. It was quite long, so we normally raise funds or resources to cover specific needs, let's say energy bars. We then can switch to canned fish or meat for the front. We also produced a lot of vegetable, pickled vegetables. Thanks to the fact that we had a lot of leftovers of vegetables, we collected all those vegetables in this store, and IDPs were able to come there and just take vegetables for free for their own use. Very often people bring too many vegetables. We are not able to process all of them, so we just give away those leftovers to those who need them most, to the internally displaced persons. Now the situation is like this. Our state is not well prepared to cold weather, and supplies for the soldiers are not provided on time. It's really cold outside. They feel cold. So we, as civil society organization, are doing this job. We are trying to provide the soldiers with what they need to keep them warm. We received a lot of orders for trench candles, energy bars. Soldiers say when they don't have normal kitchen units available, these energy bars save them very well. They really like those energy bars we produce. I already mentioned that anyone can join our initiative. A lot of our fellow citizens are joining us. We are hosting more and more internally displaced persons in our towns, whereas some of our neighbors left and went abroad. So it's like continuous inflow and outflow of people. Due to that, we are changing, we are moving and developing all the time. So here you can see how we produce these trench candles with volunteers. We use similar presentations during our events on our Facebook page. We also share these materials, how people can produce trench candles or other things needed by the soldiers. All these pictures demonstrate our processes. For quite a while, we were preparing a lot of vegetables for dry mixes, for quick soups. These recipes are already well tested in 2014. And we also provide, we here provide some recipes about the best ways to dry vegetables, to keep them really good. After vegetables are dried, we usually put them into zip packs, and the recipe is like this. Anyone can open this bag, and it's already a prepared mix of vegetables. You just need 7 liters of boiled water, and in 15 minutes you will have a very nice hot soup or borscht. All the vegetables we use are of high quality, and soldiers really like these mixes. We also give these recipes of different kinds of soups they can prepare from these dry mixtures. This is the recipe you are looking at it. We just print out on simple paper. We stick this paper on top of each plastic bag. We had a very good yield of pumpkin, and now we are testing a recipe or recipes of pumpkin soups, as well as mushroom soup and corn pumpkin soup. We'll see how it goes with these recipes. One more good thing we were able to produce was this anti-cold admixture. We received some requests about these things, and we tested several products. The most popular one were lemon and ginger admixture, as well as viburnum with sugar. These were the most on-demand admixtures. We used to produce a lot of dried fruit and berry sets. They are very bright, full of vitamins, very good for health. We prepared our products in different ways. The best way, of course, is to use high quality dryers. You just set the temperature mode, and you can do other things in the meantime. So these electric dryers are the best ways to prepare such sets of fruit, vegetable, or something else. EasyDry is something you're looking at right now. It's really good because it has different modes, different settings where you can produce a lot of things in quite quickly. It's like a mini food processing plant. It's really comfortable, easy to use, and yeah, the products are very good. So here I give you a list of advantages and disadvantages of these processes. And these are the guidelines for our volunteers about how they have to prepare these products so that they don't go bad. Because in summer, the weather might be too hot. We don't want our products get spoiled. But normally, whatever we produce is consumed quickly and is not stored for a long time. So we didn't have any cases when our products would go bad. Another way of drying things like the one you are looking at right now is using this thread, and just to use the wind and natural heat to dry eggplant. And also we dried zucchinis. By the way, every vegetable is specific in terms of how it should be dried in the best way. We always tell our volunteers how it should be done properly. Next week we are going to test we want to produce a pumpkin oil, because we have pumpkin seeds, we have a lot of them, we want to use them. Cauliflower, tomatoes, dried tomatoes are really on demand. Our guys really like them. We don't make them too dry, and they still have some juice in them, half dry, I would say. The soldiers really like them, and they send in more inquiries for those half-dried tomatoes. We also dry fruit, berries, and this is about the way we produce energy bars. We tested a lot of recipes. And here are the best recipes we were using. You can take these recipes, we have tested them, they turned out to be very good. Some of these bars are produced only from fruit and berries, others are with chocolate or nuts. We also have carrot bars with cheese, coconut and banana bars. One of the supermarkets had some bananas that they didn't need, and we used those to dry them to produce the bars. Our defenders, our soldiers, really like these things children make for them, especially these handmade dolls, cloth dolls, and pictures. They really love those. This is a brief overview of our efforts and initiatives. We established these mini food processing points, and it had all those had very good social cohesion effect, and as a result we decided to try and receive a grant. We have already submitted an application. I believe it's going to be a success, and we will establish stable food processing enterprise in our region, in our town. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ina, for sharing this, and also for the very practical recipes and everything. And also Pablo put a link to the presentation with all the recipes to the chat. And yeah, I'd welcome everybody to please ask your questions to Ina right now, either directly or you can put them in our sheet as usual.
Do we have any questions for Ina? I can see a question from Marjorie, if it's okay to share your slides with other groups. Marjorie is also working with some conflict zones, so it's something that is of interest for her. And the answer is yes, sure, no problem. You can do that. Are there any questions for Ina? Any other questions? I would then give this very short question. We had a presentation at some of the conferences. It seems I shared the link with you, Ina. There is a group of scientists of in Ukraine that established an enterprise where they preserve food products, vegetables with trying to keep as many vitamins in them as possible. Have you communicated with them? Yeah, we do have a network of other activists doing similar things in Lviv, in other big cities, but in our group on Vibrant, no. We share recipes and we test them, and we recommend the best ones. Thank you very much, Ina. It's really an inspiring initiative, and I hope that you will set a good example, and as many organizations and activists as possible will follow your suit. This year we had had very good yield of a lot of vegetables, including pumpkins, so we can do a lot. You know, I can sense how much the moods have changed. Those women who didn't leave at the beginning of the war really wanted to leave, but then when we were able to find something constructive to do, to be busy with, it changed. Everything changed. When you have a good endeavor, a good thing to do, you are so motivated, and we feel that we support our guys to fight and to win this war. Thank you very much. I can see a lot of positive comments in our chat on YouTube. People, thank you for what you are doing.